If you're wondering why the NFL is screwed after what has happened for the Baltimore Ravens, well, it's because of these guys right here. It seems that after a long season for this defense, they finally found their footing. And I think all of us can finally say that we're very confident in this group that Zach Orr is trotting out there every single weekend. Happy New Year's Day to you all. Happy 2025. Hope this year is going to bring a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, a lot of Ravens dubs for you guys. And if you guys want to kick off the new year in the right way, do me a favor. Very simple, very easy. The best part about it is it's very free. Okay? If you want to kick it off in the best way possible, go ahead, like the video, and if you do, we'll get started with today's video. So, this is what the Ravens' pass defense looked like after Week 11. They were 32nd in yards per game. That's passing yards per game. They were 28th in yards per pass with 6.9. They had a pass percentage of 66.5. Yards after catch, 29th with 1,426. And then yards after catch over expected plus 242. That was all after Week 10. But what we're talking about today is the change that we've seen from Week 11 to now. And it cannot be demonstrated more perfectly than right here, okay? So you see the points per game. You see the yards per game, the pass yards per game, the defensive EPA, the expected points per pass rate, okay? All of that in the first 11 weeks of the season was 25th, 27th, 32nd, 30th, and 37th. Their best of that category was points per game, and they were bottom 8. Also, that EPPR is explosive pass play rate. But now if you look at how they've been weeks 11 through 17, first in points per game was 16.3. First in team yards per game with 267.0. 100 yards less. 100 freaking yards less. Pass yards per game, 171.2. That's second best for the last 6 weeks. Over 100 yards less. Defensive expected points added, they're at 0.13. That is the best, highest in the NFL. And then explosive pass play rate, 13.5. That is 11th. So you went from bottom of the barrel to the penthouse. You went from the basement to the roof. You've done a complete 180 turnaround, and I could not be more excited about it. I cannot be more thankful for it. And I truly believe that this NFL, every other team in this playoffs, are screwed. Because if you had to face off against Baltimore, a team who's finally figured out this defense, my opinion, it's over for you, okay? What do you say? Do you have full trust in this defense, or is there a little bit of you that's still a little bit hesitant to give them full trust with after what they showed you in the first little bit of this year? Type Y for yes if you got full trust. Type N for no. You're about to get hit with a YouTube ad break when that time comes. Don't panic. Leave the ad playing. Go down to the comment section. Find this pinned comment and reply with a Y or an N. So I showed this graphic probably about a month and a half ago. We looked at it a couple times. This is the rank of defensive Super Bowl. This is the defensive rank for every Super Bowl champion since the year 2000. Okay, so the past 24 Super Bowl champions. Their defenses have been ranked 1 through 4, 12. 12 of them. That's 50%. Ranked 6 through 10, that's 5. That's 21%. So 71% of Super Bowl winning teams have had a defense ranked in the top 10. Okay, 11 through 15, 2. That's 8%. So what is that? Almost 80% of teams have been top 15. Then 2 in 16 to 20, only 3 in 21 through 25. And where you were sitting after the first 10 weeks, you weren't even top 25. You were outside of all those numbers. And right now where you sit, yards per game, you are 14th. So that is total defense. That's what that ranking is. Okay, you're 14th. You've made a massive jump. But it's not done. Okay? Your rush yards per game, 81.6. That's first. Pass yards per game, 248.5. You're still 30th, okay? You're still not great, But what you've been able to improve on by 50 yards in that pass yards per game over the last 6 weeks is mwah. And it's still got one more game to get even better. And I go back to thinking about Marlon Humphrey, okay? And I think he has been a big reason for a lot of this change. Because if you guys remember, after the Bengals game, which is week 10, in my opinion, this team totally turned it around. And Marlon Humphrey, he knew that something needed to change. This is what he said in the locker room after the game. Mind you, the Ravens won. But he had to say, these wins are getting harder to enjoy based off what we are doing in the pass defense. I feel like when I was a rookie, first-year guy, second-year guy, the vets I looked up to, the standard that was there in the pass defense, we've really lost that standard. And I feel like that falls on me. We're going to keep chasing it. We're going to keep working at it because I'm not really satisfied with what I've built in the secondary and where it's gone. I just don't think playing like this we can go far. It's cool winning, but I want to go far. I want to go to the end. The way we're playing, something has got to change. Do you guys know how refreshing it is for a guy that you look up to as a leader on this team to realize that even though you're winning games, something needs to change? And Marlon's been fantastic. 63 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 2 forced fumbles, and 6 interceptions. He's having the best season of his entire career. But all those stats are a wash, in my opinion, because the best thing that he has done for this team and this franchise in 2024 is hold these guys accountable. To change the standard from what it was in the beginning of the season to flip it on its head, and things look totally different, okay? I got a lot more to talk about regarding this defense coming up in just a little bit, but I got to talk about Prize Picks because it's playoff time and it's now or never. Don't miss out on the last few weeks of football action with Prize Picks, the best place to win cash while watching the playoffs. You can now win up to 1,000 times your money on Prize Picks. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play just $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus because it's guaranteed. Prize Picks now offers MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your account this sports season. Prize Picks also offers weekly promotions that can lead to big payouts like Taco Tuesday. Each Tuesday, Prize Picks discounts select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value for your lineups. Think Lamar Jackson will get more than 250 yards passing next week? What about Patrick Mahomes? Will he get more than 1.5 touchdowns? Cook up hot takes with your friends and win real money this football season when you and your crew run your game on Prize Picks. Let's take a look at my Prize Picks that I've got rocking this upcoming weekend. I've got the moron Jamar Chase for 95.5 receiving yards. He's been playing phenomenal as of recent. I've got the moron Jackson Smith and Jigba 72.5 receiving yards, and the less on Calvin Ridley with 68.5 receiving yards. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code CLNS and get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks. Get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need a win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, run your game. And up next, I want to talk a lot about this guy, and it's our Darius Washington. I don't think that you can mention the turnaround this defense has had without mentioning his name, okay? But before that, I got to ask you something. Join the family, okay? Do you want to join the family? Because I want you to. We're trying to get to 25,000 subs. We're just about, 700 away, maybe a little bit even less than that, about 680, somewhere in those high numbers. And we need you to get to that 25,000 mark. It was my goal at the beginning of this season. I've been trying to do it all season long. We're so close, and to get there, I need your help. So join the over 23,000 people, 24,000 people that we've got rocking with us on Ravens Rundown. And the thing about our Darius Washington is the exact moment that we saw this team change was when he got inserted into the starting lineup, okay? It was week 11. It was against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And you still ended up losing that game, but he had something like 12 tackles. He was unreal. But what I love about him is his abilities to make big plays, okay? If you go back, look at the last 3 wins. He's had a fingerprint in every single one of those, okay? Against the Giants, he had that interception late to ice it, okay? Then against the Steelers, forced a fumble on a rush scramble that was going to give them the lead, on the 5-yard line. Laid a lick on Russ. He fumbled the ball, coughed it up. Baltimore Ravens got it. Okay? And then gets the Houston Texans, Christmas Day. You're leading that. They've got a chance to take the lead, and you get a goal line stop on 4th down. And who's the one that hit Joe Mixon out of bounds? That's right. It was our Darius Washington, okay? But I can't mention Batman or Robin without mentioning one of the other Batmen or Robin. And that's our guy, Kyle Hamilton. I truly believe that this Baltimore Ravens secondary is the best in the NFL, and it's because of those two guys, okay? If you look what Kyle Hamilton has been able to do, I like to say he is the leader of this defense, okay? In my opinion, he's the one who's got the keys. I know Roquan Smith is the green dot. I know Roquan Smith does a ton for this defense, but Kyle Hamilton does just as much. 104 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 2 forced fumbles, 1 interception. You could play him anywhere on the field. He's the ultimate chess piece and is the ultimate team player. And this team would not be where they are without him. I can firmly, confidently say that, okay? And to wrap up today's episode, I want to talk a little bit about Zach Orr, okay? Because after week 10, I was all on the train of you might have to let go of Zach Orr, okay? You might need to cut your losses. Because I didn't think he was up to snuff. I didn't think he could do it. I think some people are position coaches, some people are coordinators. I thought he might just be a position coach. But what he's proved to me, with the changes that he's made and the way this team has responded in the last 7 weeks of the season, he's the reason. His changes are the reason I believe this team can now compete for a Super Bowl, okay? So I want to apologize to Zach Orr. I want to admit I'm wrong. I know it's hard for a lot of people to do. I was wrong about Zach Orr. I think he's the guy for the job, okay? Before we get out of here, I need you guys to do something for me. Grade the play of the defense in the last couple weeks. Give me an A, B, C, D, or F in the comment section down below. Thanks so much for joining me. Hope you guys have had an awesome New Year's Day. Hope you're enjoying all the college football playoff games. Hope you're eating a lot of food that's bad for you because you know what? We go to the gyms tomorrow. Happy New Year, everybody, and I'll see you next time.